Hey kids, Grandpa here. So I'm sitting here at the Hoover Reservoir in Ohio. I'm right near the boat ramp on the northeast side of the lake. Wind's blowing a hoolie, blowing way too hard to fly the drone or to fly fish. And I tried fishing for some crappie and bluegill, but when you're out fly fishing, you throw out a bobber with a worm on it and you try to catch them that way. Well, unfortunately, that's difficult to do with a retrieving fool. Every time I go to cast my bobber out there, Miss Lilly would run out in there and try to retrieve the bobber. So that didn't work out too well. Fortunately, she didn't get a hook in her, but that didn't work out too well. Up in Alaska, we did a lot of fly fishing, and that didn't seem to bother her, or fishing on the ocean, which we never used bobbers. We just dropped it down and used the rod tip to, like you would catfishing, I guess, in freshwater. Up in Alaska, we would drop it down to the bottom and then reel it up just a little bit above the bottom, and then, kind of give it a little activity right there, and that's how we would catch fish mostly. So we didn't use bobbers. Here in Ohio, you use bobbers. You put a little skinny bobber on when you're fishing for crappie and hope that you can catch one that way. Well, that didn't work out too well with Miss Lilly. So, I think my plans for the day have been kind of shot to hell in a handbasket. But I will say this much. It also reminded me of what's really important to me, once again. I'm watching now, there's some guys over there trying to fish. There's somebody over there trying to fish. There's 4 kayaks in this little cove here in front of me. Let me take this out of here so you can kind of see a little bit about what I'm looking at. There's some kayakers out over there fishing with some geese, and then there's a pontoon boat, another boat over there. So there's, oh, sorry, one second. Quite a bit of activity here on the lake, and I've yet to see anybody reel in anything. I haven't even seen anybody get a tight line yet. So, and I looked at the cylinder tables. I don't know if you ever look at the sun-moon forecast, and it tells you when's a good time to go fishing, when's not a good time to go fishing. Well, today wasn't going to be a good day to go fishing anyway. Going to have a little bit of a better period this evening between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. 2 o'clock now. So I'm sitting here debating whether or not I'm going to hang out for 3 hours and try doing a little bit of fishing this evening. I don't know. There's a young couple over here on the bank. They just got set up. I haven't seen them catching anything. Some guy over here with a backpack on. I guess he's going for a hike. These kayakers are intriguing. They're out there harassing some Canadian geese. But paddling around and got a few rods out. Each one of them's got 2 or 3 rods on their boat, but I don't see anybody getting a tight line or even so much as a bite. Yeah, I think another day's shot to hell. But hey, you know what? I'm not sitting in the garage. I'm out here getting some sunshine and some fresh air. Really had a ball. I gave up trying to fish earlier, and I threw a stick for Miss Lilly out in the water for a while. I filmed some of it. I'll show you that in the upcoming video. But it was a lot of fun throwing a stick out for her and watching her go out. I never really put the time into her to get her to become much of a retriever. And up in Alaska, the water was so darn cold, she just didn't want to go swimming up there. She just didn't want to get in the water. I don't blame her. It was all glacier melts. I mean, literally, it was ice that was melting and running off. So, of course, she doesn't want to get in that water. Even in the salt water, it was so darn cold. And here on the lake, the water on the lake here is pretty cold, but nowhere near Alaska temperatures. So she really, she found it very enjoyable to go out and play in the warm water. She really had a ball with that. And so I threw the stick out for her and threw it out not too far, and then a little bit further and a little bit further. And she got a little deeper and a little deeper and finally got out where she was swimming after the stick. So she all of a sudden learned that she can swim, which is pretty awesome. So kind of excited about that. So she's going to have a lot more fun as a result of that once we get down to the tropics and get out on a sailboat. maybe she won't find it quite so miserable if she gets to go sailing or swimming in warm water all the time. Warm water, colder than the air probably most of the time, except at night, but warm water nonetheless. So I don't know. Going to be interesting, and we're going to find out, and that's the important thing. We're going to find out. Well, I think what I'm going to do is head back to the office. I've got some more work I could be doing, and sitting here fishing is not achieving my goals. Making some interesting content for you guys, but not achieving my goals. And not the kind of content that I want to make, and nor is it the kind of content that I think you want to see. So there goes that guy behind me with his backpack. I guess there's a hiking trail. Well, kids, I'm going to end this here. We're going to drive on back, and I'm going to have to brush out Miss Lily before I let her into the garage. I don't want her jumping up on my bed as wet as she is. Bad enough, I'm going to have to dry off the seat. I didn't bring any towels or anything for her. And so I have a 75 pounds, well now probably 85 pounds of wet Labrador on the front seat. I dried my seat off in the center console, but I had a little towel for that. But I got to make sure from now on when I go someplace near the water, I bring big towels for Miss Lily. All right, kids, we're going to end this here. We'll have more for you later. Be good, be careful, and take good care of one another, okay? Bye.